Today is January 27th, 2012. We're going to recap Chapter 7 and 8 together. Those tests, whatever questions you have. Chapter 7 test, question 11b. Says triangle PQR has angle R, 90 degrees. So, I drew a right angle triangle. This is angle R. Side Q, let's say this is Q, is 17.5. Side Q will be opposite of angle Q. And then it tells me that side R, which is opposite side R, is 21.4. Question says, solve for the hypotenuse. What's the distance of the hypotenuse? Yep, that's the answer. Slide share. Let's do question number 1. So, this is a similar triangle question. Okay, in fact, we have two triangles here. Now, we're just trying to find the sides of a certain triangle. You're right, there is a trapezoid involved in this, but we're going to use similar triangles in order to solve this. So the yellow one I've highlighted is obviously the larger triangle. Now I'm going to go over it. The green one is a smaller triangle. So we have two similar triangles. The angles in these triangles are the same. Okay? Top angle is the same. These two angles here are the same. And these two here. So what that means is there's a ratio in terms of the sides. I can figure out one side from another by using ratios. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to set up. There is one measurement or one ratio we have completed. Anyone know what ratio that is? Okay, let's say we have sides of the triangle. We have side, we'll call this one C for the larger yellow one, this one A, and this one B. With the smaller triangle, we'll do in green here, we'll call this A1, C1, and, well, B1. Okay? What ratio do we have? Or which two letters, which two C's, two A's, or two B's do we have? Or do we have any? Yes, we have both of the B measurements, B and B1. Now, those are similar sides of a triangle. So when I go to set up this triangle, my ratios can look like this. I can have A1 in reference to A, B1 in reference to B, and C1 in reference to C. Okay? So in terms of a ratio, we have our B. B is 22. B1 is 14. Let's plug in some of the other numbers we have. Do I have C1? Yeah, C1 is definitely 30. Oh, don't slow down on me. There we go. That's C1 is 30. Do I have side C? Can I make an educated guess to what side C is? Instead of a number, I can get an actual equation for this. What would the equation of this be? If x is from here to here, and 30 is from here to here, how long is side C? 30 plus x. Good. 30 plus x. Okay. And finally, on the other side, do we know what side A1 is? No, we're just going to call it y. What about side A? What is it? 15 plus y. Good. Okay, so we have these factors. Now what I can do is I can find, if you guys recall, a k factor in these numbers. And what that is, this can be seen in several different ways, is how I go from 14 to 22. What would I multiply 14 by to get to 22? So I'm going to set that up on the side here. 14 multiplied by k is equal to 22. Okay. In order to solve this, k is equal to 22 divided by 14. My k value is 22 divided 14. 1.57. 1.57. So what that means, in terms of values, if I want to figure out what this side of a triangle is, okay, I need to multiply the smaller triangle by 1.57. So we have C1. We'll do it in red here. We know C1 is 30. C1 times our k factor will give us C2. Sorry, not C2, but just C. Okay, that'll give us a measurement of C. C1 is the number 30. Our k factor is 1.57 is equal to side C. So very simply, we put this in the calculator. 30 times 1.57, 47.1. So side C is 47.1. But in terms of this, we're actually trying to solve for our x and our y. So 47.1 is equal to 30 plus x. 47.1 minus 30 is equal to x. X is equal to 17.1. That's our x variable. Okay, the other one, the top side of the triangle is y. Right? It is also known as, was it side A, I think we called it? A1. We know A1 times our k factor will give us side A of the triangle. Okay? We know the k factor is 1.57. And in fact, we actually know what some of these numbers are. Okay? We know that this is y. And what is our A value? 15 plus y. So I can replace A with 15 plus y. So now I'm working with a full equation with one variable. If there's one variable in an equation with numbers, we can solve for what the variable is. So this becomes 1.57y is equal to 15 plus y. Let's get the y's on the same side of the equation. 1.57y subtract y equals 15. What coefficient is in front of that y? There's technically, a negative 1 or a 1. So when we subtract those, we're going to get 0.57y equals 15. To isolate y, I would divide both sides by 0.57. Our y value in this case is 15 divided by 0.57, 26.3. 26.3. So what that now means here is this here, in terms of a measurement, is 26.3. Do we have centimeters, units? Is there a set of units? It's just units. Okay, units. This one is 15 units. Our x value was 17.1. 17.1 units. Okay. All we need to do is find the x and the y in this equation. This was a tricky one. I warned you at the beginning of the test that this is possibly one of the hardest questions on the test. So if you didn't get it right away, to kind of move on. Those of you who did get it, congratulations. That was a tricky question.